The day I found out my sister was sleeping with my husband, I didn't confront either of them. I poured 3 glasses of wine, sat them both down, and told them I had wonderful news. Her name is Rachel, my little sister, 2 years younger, and from the day she could walk, she wanted everything that was mine. My dolls, my friends, my clothes. And every time she took something, my parents smiled and said she just looks up to you. So when Rachel set her eyes on my husband, Adam, a small, tired part of me was not even surprised. Adam and I had been married for 6 years. To everyone watching, we had the perfect life. The house, the cars, the vacations. What they didn't know is that all of it had my name on it. Because I was the one who built it. My company, my income. Adam liked to call it ours. I let him. The first sign was small. Rachel started dropping by when she knew I was working late. To keep Adam company, she said. Then Adam's phone, which used to lie open on the counter, started going face down, and he began locking it. I told myself I was imagining it. Until the night I came home early and found 2 wine glasses in the sink, and my sister's earrings on my nightstand. I didn't scream. I picked up the earrings, set them in a drawer, and went downstairs to make dinner like nothing was wrong. And that night, I started to learn the truth. All of it. They had been together for 8 months. 8 months of my sister sleeping in my bed, wearing my robe, laughing at me behind my back. And the worst part, my parents knew. My mother had seen them together months ago and said nothing. Because, in her words, Rachel deserves to be happy too. That was the moment something in me went very, very quiet. I could have thrown them all out, screamed the truth at every family dinner. But rage fades, and they would have just called me bitter and dramatic. So I chose something far more patient. I would give Rachel exactly what she had always wanted. My husband. And I would make absolutely sure she understood what he was actually worth without me. See, when Adam and I married, he laughed at the prenup my lawyer insisted on. He signed it without reading a word. 6 years later, he had forgotten it even existed. I hadn't. The house was mine. The cars were leased through my company. Even the credit cards he lived on were tied to my accounts. On paper, Adam owned almost nothing. He just never had to notice. So for 2 months, I played the clueless wife. I worked late, on purpose. I gave them room. I let them fall deeper into a life they thought was theirs. And quietly, I moved every asset I could into a trust they would never be able to touch. Then, on a Friday night, I poured those 3 glasses of wine, and I told them my wonderful news. I knew everything. And I wanted a divorce. No fighting, no lawyers dragging it out. I wished them well. Adam was so relieved he actually cried. Rachel hugged me and said she always knew I was the strong one. I let them believe they had won. The divorce was finalized in record time, exactly the way I wanted it. And that is when Adam discovered what he had actually signed all those years ago. The house he lived in was never his. I sold it. The cars went back to my company. The cards stopped working at a restaurant in front of my sister on a Saturday night. Adam didn't just lose me. He lost the entire life he thought he had earned, because he never earned any of it. Rachel finally had him, all of him. A man with no house, no savings, and a mountain of debt I was no longer paying. She had spent her whole life believing that if she just took what was mine, she would finally have my life. She never understood that the life was never the things. It was me. And then there were my parents. The ones who knew and chose her. So I made one final, very calm decision. For years, I had quietly paid their mortgage, their bills, their comfortable retirement. They called it family helping family. I called it leverage. I didn't punish them. I simply stopped. And I told them very gently that since Rachel deserved to be happy too, she could take care of them now. Within a year, the family that always chose Rachel was leaning on Rachel, and Rachel was drowning. People ask me if I feel guilty, if it was too cold. But I didn't take anything from them that was theirs. I just stopped letting people who betrayed me live off the life that I built. Rachel wanted my husband. She got him. She wanted my parents' devotion. She got that too. bills and all. She finally got my life. The hollow, borrowed version of it she could actually afford. And me? I kept the only things that were ever really mine. My company, my peace, and the quiet satisfaction of finally being free of all of them. My sister spent 30 years trying to become me. In the end, she got everything she ever wanted, and it cost her everything she had. I walked away with less than I started with, on paper. And somehow, for the first time in my life, I had everything. And if this story moved you, please like and subscribe for more videos like this one.